Okay, so I had hoped to have done this as an actual live stream, but I just do not feel like it. So I'm going to address many of the questions I've been receiving. You will see me referring to these notes so I don't miss anyone's questions and whatnot. But the first question is, why did you stop putting out regular videos? The short answer is, for the past 2.5 months, mentally, I have been going through hell. I am still, haven't escaped it yet, but I have been under these dark clouds since the end of December, and I can't shake them. Every morning I wake up thinking maybe today's the day where I'm going to feel good again, and I've been close to that, but not quite. And I just have no passion for doing the channel the way I used to. And it's really, it's a, I'm not overly concerned yet because I've had these periods of depression many times. This one is going on for quite a long time, I got to confess. But I know that in the end I will get there. But for the time being, I am just fed up with everything. Honestly, I've been sort of living this life where I hate everything, I hate everyone. A few times I've been out walking about hoping someone would antagonize me to give an excuse to just go off on somebody. That's how bad it is. And like I said, I've been here before. I know what's going on. It's just a case of letting it pass and feeling good again. And I've been close to it the last week or so, but just not quite. And in all honesty, I just feel completely disconnected from the whole YouTube toy collecting scene. No, maybe I'll come back to it, but at the moment I just don't feel part of it, don't enjoy any aspect of it. And what I do want to say is, though, the reason for me doing this video today is to address some of the questions I've had recently. And on that topic, I want to say a huge, huge heartfelt thank you to those of you who have reached out and expressed your concerns as to why I wasn't doing videos as I used to. I really do appreciate that concern. And it means a lot to me to know that there are people out there who genuinely, you know, seemed concerned about my well-being, and that has actually gotten me through this. You know, a handful of folks, I'm not going to name names because I'm bound to forget one person and I don't want to do that, but those of you who have reached out, you know who you are, and I really do appreciate your concern. That does mean a lot to me. I guess I've got a note here about what happened, or not necessarily what happened, but the All Things HE's channel for the year 2021. Doing that channel, and of course buying toys to review and of course add to the collection and whatnot. But I made a net loss of $6,000 doing that, and that cannot continue. As it is, I have had to take a really good close look at things, and going forward, I simply cannot repeat that for the year 2022. Having looked at my financials over the past few days, I've realized that I cannot continue doing what I was doing, and as such, I've had to commit to just not spending any money. And as a result, I've had to cancel the Patreon memberships that I was, supporting a number of channels. That has had to stop. I will not be buying any more toys for the foreseeable future. Now, the last order I made was for the latest wave of Super 7 Ghost figures. That is it as far as spending is concerned. I do have pre-orders, so I guess when they come up, those will have to be paid for. Excuse me. And on that subject, like, why the hell does Big Bad Toy Store get everything last? But so in terms of videos going forward, do not expect to be seeing me unboxing and reviewing stuff the way I used to. in saying that, I do have some things that I did purchase at the beginning of the year, but having had no desire to look at them again, they're still boxed up and sealed. So I've got videos I can make doing unboxings, but from this moment on, you won't see me buying too many toys, I'm afraid. And I have to confess as well that when I saw, when I did the taxes actually, is when I realized just how much I'd lost doing this channel. I looked at the toys I have out on display and I was seeing dollar signs. It's very tempting to just get rid of everything and move on, but I've not done that yet. Hopefully I won't. Having sold all my, or most of my childhood toys before and regretting it, I don't want to have the same regrets. So for the time being, the collection is staying as is, but it could be an option if things don't improve, because I cannot continue to lose money the way I have been. And a lot of that was me kind of just reckless spending, and not really adding things up as I went along. So to see that I lost 6 grand, lost or just spent, I spent, it was a net spend of 6 grand on toys under the guise of doing it for the channel. So that's no more. There'll be no more of that. And again, I guess similar to spending, is I really have to stop drinking. I've been drinking a lot again. In fact, I've got a pretty bad hangover today. We're out for Mrs. AT8's birthday with one of her friends yesterday. And while they were quite content to drink water, I was throwing down pints of ale like nobody's business, and really regretting it today. And of course, again, beer isn't free, so that's more spending that I cannot be doing. So that has to come to an abrupt end. So I've addressed this. Let me see, just going through the notes here so I don't miss anything. Yeah, like I said, in terms of new toys coming in, there won't be much of that. I have videos to make on the stuff that you've not seen yet, and I'm going to try to, once I really feel passionate again, do videos on stuff I have that you may not have seen, but no more new stuff coming in. Now, just to sort of wrap up this first section, so yes, I'm just not feeling it at the moment. That's the bottom line. I'm going to try to put out videos. Will not be to the same level as it was before. That was like 3 a week. And on that topic, actually, I see the question I missed. People ask, why did you cancel your Patreon account page? Well, I'm not going to take people's money when I'm not giving anything back in return. It's pretty simple, really. Some might say, well, if you're struggling, why would you not take that source of income? I'm too proud, that's why. I'm not going to take people's money and not give them something or give them value for money. Furthermore, it's quite freeing not to have a commitment to patrons. Who knows, maybe when I feel myself again, I'll open it up and do it again, but not to have that. I wouldn't say it was a weight around my neck, but when people are giving you money each month, you really have to put in the effort to give them something in return. So not having that hang over my head it's quite freeing, if you will. But you never know, maybe I can go back to that in the future. So a few questions I've had asked more than once, so I've just sort of got a list of them here. So I've been asked, did I ever finish watching the Book of Boba Fett? The answer is no. I watched the first episode, I thought it sucked, and I could not bring myself to watch any more. And in all honesty, to see all the bickering online, I got to say, I think in all my life, some of the biggest pussies I've ever come across are Star Wars fans. And to see the sort of back and forth. I mean, from what I understand, there's some shitty mopeds, and Boba Fett's a bit of a sap or something. I don't know. Didn't watch it, but I'm glad to not be part of that whole Star Wars fan thing. Because, like I said, some of the biggest pussies I've ever seen, I read on social media and things talking about why they love it, others, or why they hate it. I thought it was well, the first episode I thought was terrible, so I didn't waste my time watching any more. Um, Similarly, I've asked, what do I think of The Batman? No idea, haven't seen it. Not really planning on watching it either. As far as Batman is concerned, for me it's Adam West or nothing. So I guess if it's streaming free at some point, I may watch it, but I've no desire to go see it. What do you think of Picard? I actually love Picard. I thoroughly enjoyed the first season, and the first two episodes of the second season I have really enjoyed. So I guess that goes against the grain, because what I'm seeing online is that everyone says Picard sucks. Well, I like it, and much the same way that everyone seems to, or not everyone, but there's a vocal majority seem to think the Book of Boba Fett is the best thing ever, and I thought, or from what I've seen, I thought it sucked. So we all have our own likes, I guess. Will we ever get to hear the music you've been working on? So since not enjoying the whole toy collecting scene, I have actually gotten really back into doing music again. And as things stand currently, I did demos for 6 brand new songs. Well, 5 songs and a cover of a cover. Just demos. Really thoroughly enjoyed doing that again. But will you get to hear them? Probably not. It's just for my own personal enjoyment, although I may take bits and pieces to use in videos and things. I also, for the first time ever, experimented with this whole YouTube Shorts thing. I had no idea what it was, but been looking at some of the viewing stats of other channels. I thought, why not give it a bash? So I think I've done 2 of these. And one of them was looking at a Super 7 Ghost Papa Emeritus figure. And the first short I did was a Batman short and had to use the Batman theme. So obviously, excuse me, that couldn't be monetized. So the second one I did for Ghost, I used a little bit of my own music. I think as things stand, that short has made me a grand total of 3 cents. What are you looking to add to your collection? At the moment, nothing. Like I said, cannot be spending any more money for the foreseeable future. And I guess connected to that is there is some light at the end of the tunnel as far as this whole period of being stuck under these dark clouds is concerned, in as much as there's a chance that Mrs. AT8 and I might get to visit Thailand in the coming months, all dependent on various, you know, bureaucratic nonsense and paperwork that has to be addressed, but there's a chance. And if that is the case, I know for a fact that that's going to not only lift my spirits, but there is probably an endless amount of videos I can make when there. So that's something to look forward to. But again, that requires discipline as far as spending is concerned. So, as I said, for the time being, I am not going to spend a penny more than I have to just to get by living life. No more pleasures, and got to lay off the drink, I'm afraid. Um, and lastly, when will you start live streaming again? Well, I wanted to do this live, but I just do not feel it, and I'm not going to put myself into situations that I'm not comfortable with. Even when I was doing those weekly live streams, I wasn't necessarily comfortable, and I have probably have a bad reputation of being the drunk guy who does live streams, and I don't want to put myself into the position where I feel I have to get drunk to feel confident enough to do a live stream. I did a few sober; they were okay, but when it's involving guests or being part of someone else's stream, the whole anxiety thing takes over, and that's where alcohol is used, and I'm not wanting to go down that road again. Who knows? Maybe once these dark clouds pass by, things will look entirely different. But at the moment, I'm not sure I can commit to doing these live streams, although obviously that's not why you do live streams, but those live streams were by far the most profitable in terms of a YouTube income, and I am sorely missing that. I do have to admit. It was funny when looking at the, what do you call it, YouTube analytics, comparing December, the month of December, to the months of January and February, to see it was like an 800% decline, and quite an eye opener. So, maybe I'm going to have to force myself. I don't know. It's just that first and foremost, I have to get rid of these fucking dark clouds, because this has been going on 2.5 months, and I've been here before, and and I'll know I'll, I know that in time I will be free of it all and I'll feel great again. But for the time being, it's just torture, and I'm getting a bit frustrated with it, to be honest. And I know someone's going to say, talk to a doctor, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I understand that. I am not going back on medication, so I have to deal with this myself. And it's just really a case of sort of persevering and getting through it. And one thing, like I said, that has got me through it was doing music. Had a great time doing that, still enjoy doing it. So that's something, at least, that's giving me pleasure. Once these clouds are gone and I can get back to enjoying childhood toys and things, and I think another reason for me feeling so bad is that looking back at the 80s and childhood just gives me so much, or did give me so much joy and happiness. But conversely, the fact that those days are long, long gone, and living in 2022 is quite far removed from those wonderful days of childhood, has been having an impact on how I've been feeling. So that's another reason I've not been looking back too much these past few months, because it's going to make me feel worse, to be honest. So really, it's just a case of letting this run its course. Hopefully not too long. I've had glimmers of hope a couple of times over the past couple of weeks, so it may not be far away. But all I can do is just, keep on keeping on. And I guess the one sort of bright spot is that I've not had any bad thoughts, if you know what I mean. So I'm here for the duration, so don't worry about that. But in closing, just once again, a huge, huge thank you to those of you who reached out through the various mediums, be it on YouTube comments or on the All Things 80s Facebook page, Twitter, even some emails. Very much appreciated, and that really has kept me going. So to those of you who have sent me a message showing your support, I genuinely appreciate that, and thank you so much. So I guess that's the end of this not so live stream. I know it's all sort of doom and gloom, but like I said, there are bright spots on the horizon. It's just a case of being patient to get there, and then once I'm there, hopefully I can get back to business as normal. But I'm going to try and force myself to do more videos and things. It may be more along the lines of looking back at old TV shows and commercials rather than me talking to a camera, because I'm just not comfortable at the moment, and there's some gardener with his leaf blower. I don't know if that's coming through on camera. But anyway, it's as good as time as any to stop. So again, thank you all. I will return and see you next time.